I never change my t-shirt. It looks like this for 5 years. But what does it even mean? See, there are only two people that know when you're about to die. God and Google. Google says on average, men in America live until 76 years. I am 30 years old. 30 out of 76 equals 40%. That is on average how much I have lived so far, and I have 60% left to live. This is a reminder for me that time is precious. So I shouldn't waste time doing things I don't want to do. I have been wearing this t-shirt for 5 years in a row. I know, it's ugly. Sometimes I think it's also stupid. But if you're gonna wear something that makes you think and makes you comfortable at the same time. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow. I quit clubbing. It's not because I'm old, it's not because I'm cheap. Let's do some math. Clubbing is very expensive, not just for your wallet, but for your time. It takes 3 hours to get ready to go to the club. You get to the club and spend 5 hours. You wake up the next day and spend 12 more hours hungover on your couch because you had too much to drink. 3 plus 5 plus 12, that is 20 hours of your life gone. Just for one party. And I'm not even talking about how much it costs. If you add the price of clothes, drinks, and taxes, week after week after week, it will cost you a fortune. I still have fun, but now I don't need to go clubbing. I just hang out with friends at my place. We save time, we save money, and we save our health. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow. $144,000. That is how much smoking will cost you. Let me explain. I don't smoke, not because it smells horrible or it's bad for health, but also because it's expensive. See, in the US, 1 pack of cigarettes will cost you an average of $10, which means that smoking 1 pack a day will cost you $300 a month, $3,600 a year. And because smoking is so addictive, over years, the bill will go up to $144,000 for a lifetime of smoking. With that money, you could buy a Ferrari, an apartment in Mexico, or a trip around the world 3 times over while keeping your lungs healthy. So if you do not smoke for your entire life, you could have health and a Ferrari. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow. Good morning. It's time for my usual cup of coffee. Actually, it isn't. Because I never drink coffee. This is the thing I've avoided my entire life. Because coffee, however sexy and tasty and mainstream it looks, is a drug. Call me Grandpa.
Grandpa.
I've seen too many of my friends who couldn't function normally without a daily cup of coffee. They get headaches, jitters, restlessness, and get so addicted that coffee does nothing but cure their headache that came from coffee in the first place. And sometimes they even drink coffee and go to sleep. In these cases, what's the point of it? Don't get me wrong, coffee is a great source of energy and is good in moderation. But for me, I'd rather get all my energy from sleep. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow. Be careful of the SAD syndrome, because right now you may have it. The SAD syndrome is a real thing humans get from the weather. Every time the weather is gray, rainy, snowy, or cold, people clinically feel sad. People feel depressed. It's called... That is the SAD syndrome. Seasonal Affective Disorder. And I get sad all the time from the changing of the seasons. That's why 5 years ago, I made a decision to only wear t-shirts and to only make videos in places with warm weather. For example, in the month of December, I spent it in Abu Dhabi, the Emirates, where the weather is exactly the right amount for my t-shirt. At 24 latitude and 54 longitude, for 6 months every year, the sun and the earth are aligned to create the perfect temperature in this part of planet Earth. 26 Celsius degrees on average, 1 degree above room temperature. So instead of freezing in New York with minus 10 degrees, in this part of planet Earth, the weather is actually good in the winter. The only rain you will see is this. Okay, I did lie. It does get really cold in here, but only before sunrise. Because for the rest of the day, the sun is out and the weather is warm again. Scientifically speaking, what makes people happy is not just friends and not just family. It's also rays of the sun that are full of vitamin D. But honestly, temperature doesn't matter. It's the dryness that matters. Abu Dhabi desert weather is dry, which means water evaporates really fast. And so does your sweat. So you can spend the whole time in the middle of the desert at noon without any fear of sweating or smelling.
I love the weather. It's perfect. It's perfect.
We all say happiness comes from the inside, and that's true. But happiness also comes from the outside, and the weather affects our happiness and sadness more than we think. Good weather can make you happy, bad weather can make you sad. And if that's the case, find yourself a weather that makes you happy.